Hi, I'm Evan Carmichael. Welcome to another edition of Ask Evan. In today's episode, I'm going to answer a question from one of my forum readers, Yinka, who was impressed with the forum posts and videos and articles that I was sharing on my site and was asking, how did I have time to do this while running my business as well? And I said that it was through having good systems, and I created a quick video to explain some of the systems for those three things. So, in terms of the videos, I get a lot of video requests. I do a video pretty much every day right now, and it comes from people writing in asking me questions. And I love doing this. It's part of why I started my business. I love helping entrepreneurs, and most of the videos I don't make any money from. It's just, I love helping you guys out. It feeds my passion. And so I wanted to find a way to do this without it taking up all day, every day, answering questions. So with the videos, what happens is somebody asks me a question. And this is increasingly coming from a lot of different sources. So it used to be just email, but now I'm getting questions from Twitter, Facebook, Google+, YouTube, forums. So I'm getting a lot of questions coming in. What I'll usually do right away, if I think it would lend itself well to a video, is I'll write back and say, I'll create a quick video for you as a response. So what I used to do is give them a response on the spot, and that was great, but it took up my time, and then also it only helped them. Where I thought by creating videos, it would also help everybody else who may have a similar challenge, and they can learn from my thoughts on it as well. So I'll write back to everybody right away just to say, I'll create a quick video response for you, so they know that something's coming. Then what I'll do is once a week, usually on Wednesdays, I start filming. So right now it's a Wednesday morning, and what I'll do is I'll print off all of my sheets of questions. So here, if I reach down here, you can see we have 3 pages of questions here, lots of different questions that have come in from readers. And there's yours, Yinka, so I'm answering this one right here. And what I'll do is I'll create quick notes. So I don't know if you can kind of see it from where you are here, but I'll just jot down some notes on what I want to say. I'll print off the question and come up with some ideas of what I want to say. And then I'll either just get in front of the camera and start talking about it, or I'll get to the whiteboard and create a few notes and write them down. But what happens that really works well for me is doing this once a week. So I always do it on a Wednesday morning. Then I found out that I was editing myself, but I wasn't that great an editor, and I always believe in bootstrapping at the start. So do as much as you can yourself, figure out if you want to keep doing it or not, figure out if there's a way to make money doing it or not before you start spending a lot of money. Try to make some money coming in before you spend a lot of money. So I was doing all the editing myself, and so the first videos, if you look back at my history, are pretty bad. But the future videos have gotten better, and we've gotten better equipment, and now I have an editor, Saad, who I send all my videos to. So hi Saad, who's watching this and editing these videos. And basically what happens is, after I film once a week, I will edit all the video, sorry, I won't edit the videos. I'll save the videos in a folder in Dropbox, and that goes to Saad. He works on them and sends them back to me. Then we upload them to YouTube, and with YouTube, what you can do is you can schedule when you want a video to come out. So instead of having to go in every day and post on YouTube, as soon as I get my videos back from Saad, I will just log in and upload them all to YouTube and set them to go out on different dates. So you can set them to go, one day at a time and schedule what time you want them to come out. So you can set all that up in advance, and then as the days go on, they get released. So that process works well. It takes me some time every kind of Wednesday morning to put all these videos together. But it works well, and it saves me some time. So you may notice that I have kind of the same shirt on a lot when I'm doing the videos, because I do them all on one day and then I slowly release them out over the week. So that's the videos. Hopefully that is helpful for you. So I'm a big believer in kind of chunking time, so that if you do the same task over and over again, better to do it all at once than to do little bits every day. So for setting up video, I gotta get a nice shirt on, I gotta get the camera set up, I gotta get the microphone set up, gotta get into the mindset of, okay, I'm gonna answer some questions now. And it's a lot easier to do it of them all back to back to back to back than to do a little bit every day, because all that setup time, physically to create all the, the camera and all that, but also get into the mindset to be ready to do the videos, takes up a lot of time. So it's better to chunk it if you can. In terms of the forum posts, what I like to do as much as I can is leverage my content. Leverage content. So what I do with my forum posts is I will log in usually once a day and try to see what questions are on there, how I might be able to answer some questions, just to get a pulse of what's going on. One great thing you can do as you grow your business is get some help, get people helping you out. So for my forums, we have a great forum moderator. His name is GT. He watches most of these videos, so hi GT. We love you, you're great. And GT is in the forums every day and is very active and is answering questions and responding with people, which is super helpful for us. And also our forum moderators. So Yinka, I know you've been a forum moderator for a while, so that's all really helpful, and it means I don't have to be in the forums every day, all day. So getting people to help you out is fantastic. When I do post to my forums, what I try to do is also leverage that content elsewhere. So I will tweet about some posts. I will, if I create these videos, we'll post them in the forums, so I get them on YouTube and I also get to my forums. Some of the stuff I post on Facebook, we'll also put in the forums. So having that ability to leverage the content in multiple places helps, because you only create the content once and you can share it in a couple of other places. So leveraging content is great. The other thing that also helps is having a schedule. So when you're creating content, at the start, it may just be whenever you have time, but it's really helpful as you get going is to see what's working, what isn't working, and how you can create a content schedule around the content that you want to publish. So for example, what we do on our site, at least right now, is every day we'll post a famous entrepreneur quote, and that'll go up on my Facebook page, and it'll also go in the forums. So you'll see a quote of a famous entrepreneur. We found that those tend to pull well and people like them, and I get inspired by them as well. We'll also post the YouTube posts almost every day on the forums when we have a new video coming out. So think about your own content strategy. You don't necessarily need to have something going out 3 or 4 times a day like we do, but maybe it's once a day or maybe it's 3 times a week. So, you know, set out what's going to happen on every day. Make sure it's something you can stick to, and then as you see this working, you might be able to find ways to delegate some of those tasks off to other people, and you can focus on what you're really good at as well. So that's really helped us with the forums. And then in terms of reading content, and how do I find time to read all these articles and share them with you, I do a couple of things. First, I use Google Reader. So what I'll do here is I subscribe to a number of different feeds from blogs that I like reading. It could be, you know, tech blogs like TechCrunch, or entrepreneur blogs, and, you know, personal interest blogs as well that I like reading. And they'll come in automatically to my Google Reader. And if I have time when I'm, you know, eating my breakfast, then I might check out some of those. And what I do is, if I really like an article, I'll save it to my Instapaper. So Instapaper is an app that you can get for your iPad. And ever since I got my iPad, I've been a huge reader thanks to Instapaper. So what I'll do with Google Reader, I'll just quickly browse through the articles that I like. Those that I like will be put into my Instapaper. That'll be saved on my iPad. And then you have them offline for whenever you're ready to read. So what I do, I often walk to work. If I'm ever waiting in line anywhere, I'll just pull out my iPad and I'll start reading. And especially on my walk to work, it's about 15 minutes in, 15 minutes home. So I have a good half an hour every day to be able to get some reading done and start going through my articles. The great thing about Instapaper is then you can also share. So what I'll do here, I come up with a lot of ideas from the content that I read. And what I'll do, if it's an article that I want to share with just some friends, I can email it right from my iPad. And if it's an article that I want to share with my forum readers or on Facebook, then I'll send myself an email with the one sentence that I want to use to describe the content. So I'll often send articles out with one sentence. I'll tweet about it. I'll collect a list at the end of the week and I'll post it in the forums, and I'll also post that same link in my Facebook page as well. So again, leveraging the content, but using Instapaper and my iPad to get a lot more reading done. The other one that I use for my iPad is a service called Zeit, which is free. It's an online magazine, and what it does is collect content based on different categories that you like. So you could pick off technology and travel and entrepreneurship and Google or whatever it is that you want to start tracking, and it delivers you content every day based on what's popular online. And what it'll do is start to learn what you like and what you don't like. And so, you know, articles from certain blogs that you read all the time there, they'll show more of it. And then you can say, I don't want to see articles from this company anymore or this blog anymore, so you'll see less of it or none of it. And I usually do a quick check of Zeit every morning because that changes every day, where my Google Reader, if I don't get to it, then I can always get to it the next day and it's always there for me, where Zeit is always kind of updated and constant. So with Zeit, what I'll do is I'll quickly browse through the articles every day, and if I like anything, again, I'll save it to Instapaper. Zeit and Instapaper have the ability to talk to each other, and then I'll end up reading it when I'm walking again. So walking to work, or standing in line, or whenever I have some extra time and want to sit back, relax, and read. So that's how I do my reading and posting good articles. So Yinka, I hope that helps. I hope that visual display there was useful as well. If you guys like the systems that I use, if you like the video, I'd love to hear what you have to say. If you want to leave a comment under the video, and I always appreciate when you give it a like and a thumbs up. So please do that below, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.